So sorry to keep you waiting, guys, but here we are again with another video. Austin Butler explains why he still speaks in an Elvis Presley-like manner. It gets ingrained in your very being. So without any further ado, let's see how Austin Butler addresses Elvis Presley voice. Playing the King. Austin Butler, who plays the king of rock and roll in filmmaker Baz Luhrmann's Elvis, has a massive challenge ahead of him. Butler delivers in both his low-voiced drawl and Presley's immediately known singing voice. For Butler, who's 30 years old, it wasn't just a matter of copying, but rather it was a lengthy process of preparation that included disassembling words into their component elements. The actor, who was born in California, describes the specifics of his process. I'd hear him utter a particular phrase, and I'd clip just that piece off so I understood how he articulated that word. I recorded every syllable, every diphthong, and the melody of his voice in my own personal collection. Practicing for the role. Butler used public appearances and interviews as practice tools. He tells EW there are so many superfans out there that build these websites with the most incredible stuff. I looked through each one, I watched every film and YouTube video I could find before starting to create my own music collection. He also practiced Presley's voice with dialect instructors until he thought he could match Presley beat for beat, not only in tone, but also in rhythm and cadence. He explains, I would rehearse an interview or a speech he gave on stage when he's talking to the crowd as if I was trying to get it exactly. I was unable to distinguish between my voice and his in this manner. Then, I would rehearse while my dialect coach said, this is off a little bit. I would just keep refining it till I could be as detailed as I could. Butler claims that he also taped himself listening to the recording of Presley's voice while he went for walks or even as he slept off. Because of how much his voice evolved throughout the course of his life, Butler adds, I split it into historical eras. His Presley performance spans multiple decades, from the singer's early days up to his death in 1977. From the singer's early days up to his death in 1977. I could then pause it and ask, okay, what am I recording today? How does he sound now in 1962? Additionally, Presley's personal speaking manner has changed, which is a frequent occurrence during prominent figures. Butler reflects, I believe his voice altered a lot once he began hearing himself. He sounds a lot more southern and uninhibited in his southern accent on some of the very early recordings. His voice gradually becomes a little deeper and he begins to talk a little more carefully. Performing Elvis's songs. Butler performs every early Presley song in Elvis. For the later Las Vegas years, his voice is blended with actual Elvis performances. Since he was 13 years old, the actor has studied and played the guitar. Although it's always been a fairly private activity, music has always been a part of his life. It was my own treatment. I was aware that I would want to give my best when it came to the singing portion of the part. Butler and the production crew did this by hiring singing instructors from Australia, New York, and Los Angeles. When prepping and shooting, he adds, I sang every day and would do my vocal exercises first thing in the morning. It really resembles a muscle. As I was recording, I saw that notes I had first struggled to strike were now suddenly within my reach. I was expanding my options. However, you must learn vocal tics in addition to singing. That could be a little challenging. Portraying musical roles. Director Luhrmann cites a scene in which Butler's background in music was evident. According to Luhrmann, the moment when Elvis had to motivate his new big band in Vegas to do this contemporary rendition of That's All Right Mama, this enormous notion in his head, 3 months were spent practicing to a playback cassette that we had. Austin Doe said to me, this is just corny while I was filming. This is ineffective. It's a fraud. Luhrmann gave the musicians the explicit instructions to play the note incorrectly so that Butler, playing Elvis, would have to collaborate with them to get the desired sound, while Butler took a brief pause to regain concentration. Regarding Elvis's musical ability, Luhrmann observes, that's the problem with Elvis. Elvis performed the roles of conductor, singer, and musician. Elvis turned into the music. He created in this manner. The music was him. Austin Butler, who played Elvis Presley in Baz Luhrmann's upcoming biopic Elvis, has said that he finds it difficult to shed the rock and roll legend's unique southern accent. I keep asking folks, is this my voice at this point? Entertainment Tonight was informed by Butler, it's one of those things that's triggered by certain events. I believe you can't help it when you put up with something for 2 years without doing anything else. It gets ingrained in you. Pressures of the big role. Butler proceeded to talk about the anxiety he had playing the iconic artist. Butler is known for supporting parts in movies such as Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. With Elvis, he remarked, it's a weight like I've never felt before. He was so revered and so renowned, you feel a duty playing any individual who has truly lived. In addition, there's a duty to his family and the need to contextualize his experience. That's the issue. He was the subject of several myths and preconceived notions. I thus thought it was my duty to bring mankind. The 30-year-old performer has already spoken about the physical toll that playing Elvis Presley had on him. Butler said in an interview that he was hospitalized the next day after the movie's filming wrapped up. Butler told the magazine, I woke up at 4 in the morning the next day in tremendous agony and was transported to the hospital. The day after I completed Elvis, my body simply began shutting down. Butler said that he spent a week in bed after being diagnosed with a virus that mimicked appendicitis, a condition in which the appendix gets inflamed. And that's all we have for you guys in today's video. So what did you think of Austin Butler's performance as Elvis in the movie? Let us know in the comments down below. And before we head out, don't forget to like and share this video if you enjoyed it. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our forthcoming videos. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you again later. Bye now.